Map on the Train by Max Jones. Episode 3.
No kids of your own then?
No. Why?
You've none with you, and you're clearly on holiday. And anyway, you can tell.
Aye, can ye?
Meaning what exactly?
Oh, you don't know how to be with them. The more you resist and ignore, the more they'll push your buttons. And you'd be used to things getting wrecked if you had kids.
And that's a good thing. Just let them destroy anything they feel like.
No, you'd have learned how to avoid it. When we sat down and the boys put their hands on your map, you could have told them why it was easily damaged or something. Ask them to help you put it away. You could have told them why it was special, instead of snapping at them. Then they'd have treated it with respect.
Oh, so I could have done your parenting for you?
Oh, will you listen to yourself? No, you could have just been nice. You could have just been friendly.
She had a point.
It wouldn't have stopped Davy.
Davy would never have got near it if you'd put it away.
Peter wasn't ready to let go of his hurt indignation just yet.
I was putting it away. It wasn't just a map. It was special.
Aye, it was ancient, like you said.
More than that, it belonged to my dad. He died. I wanted to follow a walk he took, from the lake to the Jacobite monument.
Oh,
Yes, oh. He'd marked it on the map. In 1950, he put notes in the margin about all the things he saw all those years ago. I wanted to see what it looked like now. See the same things he saw. He and I, well, we didn't get along. We didn't have much in common. I don't have much to remind me of him.
oh,
It's irreplaceable. So that's why I was upset.
I see.
Janice turned her face to the window.
And yet you left it there.
What?
You left the map there, on the table.
Aye, did he?
What do you mean?
You were watching us on the platform. I saw you look at us and shake your head.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I hadn't noticed you until you started to make your entrance.
You did. And you shook your head. I think there was an eye roll too. I was watching you, sitting there, judging us.
I noticed you when you came in. Hard to avoid it with all the racket you were making.
Every step. You even watched my reflection when you were staring into the window and I was in the carriage, hoping I'd walk past.
Aye, did he?
He turned to Sandra.
How would you know?
What?
How would you know I turned to look into the glass? You were up the other end of the carriage sorting out everything your mother just left behind.
My mother?
Peter began to realise he'd maybe made one assumption too many.
Sandra isn't mine. She just stays with us.
Aye, do I?
Oh,
Yes. Oh, and I'm so lucky that she does. Sandra's brilliant.
Sandra smiled shyly and bent down to fiddle with her shoe buckle.
But, as I was saying, you left your oh-so-precious map on the table.
I didn't think you'd come and sit with me when there were so many empty seats that you could have taken. I even offered to move, but by then I was trapped.
You could have put the map away. I would have put the map away. I even caught it with my boob when I sat down, way before wee Davy had a go at it. And you still left it out.
Yes, then you dropped a dirty wet wipe on it.
I tried to put it on the end of the table, but your map was too big. There was no room.
You could have asked me to move it.
And you could have just moved it. Meant nothing to me. Wasn't in my map. Meant everything to you, apparently.
But why should I?
Aye, and there you have it.
Aye, do you?
Have what?
You were using it to make a point, claiming your territory. You were being petty and stubborn.
I wasn't.
Well, he was.
And so your map got damaged. Anyone could have seen that coming.
I could they.
I was minding my own business. I wanted to be left alone. It's not like the train was busy. Why didn't you just sit somewhere else?
Why should we? To coin a phrase.
Because I was already sitting here, and you could have had more space.
No. You sacrificed your precious map just to make a point that we were intruding and weren't welcome. Well, maybe I was making a point.
Yes, I think you were.
Well, whatever. Your map would still be in one piece if you hadn't been so petty.
Petty?
Aye, petty. You took up all of the table with it, and you left it there to make sure we had no space, thinking we'd not dare to touch it. Well, that idea bit you on the arse, didn't it?
So you sat with me on purpose? Just to prove a point?
Aye, we did.
I did we.
He turned to Sandra.
Are you a Greek chorus or something?
Sandra looked across at Janice uncertainly.
And you're calling me petty?
Well, not to prove a point so much as to rub your nose in it. I've had enough today. And when I saw you looking at us like that, looking at us as if we were something you'd trod in, through the window, well, you were just the bloody limit.
I wasn't staring at you through the window.
I'm not arguing with you. I don't need to argue with you, because you know the truth, and that's the point. You didn't want us anywhere near you.
It wasn't just you. I don't want anyone to sit with me. I just wanted to be alone.
Peter could have continued, but the truth of what Janice was saying was undermining his defence. The beat of the wheels changed, and the train gave a slight jolt to the left.
We just went onto that bridge thing.
Oh, Lord, stand by.
Stand by for...
Harry Potter!
And he's off.
Aye, is he?
Harry Potter! Rory bellowed at the top of his small lungs, and as he turned to kneel on the seat behind, right into Peter's ear. The Colonel dropped his paper and leaned forwards, peering at Rory as he bounced up and down on the seat.
That's the end of any piece for another 20 minutes, then.
This is beyond endurance. Every 5 minutes there's some explosion or another. Why can't parents discipline their children? Just like dogs, they need to be taught how to behave. Ludicrous, ludicrous behaviour. Oh, my hand itches.
Janice stiffened, clearly having heard the Colonel's words. She looked around, and Peter thought she would say something. But instead, she appeared to note him, and then settle back in the seat.
Every time we get to this part where they filmed Harry Potter, off he goes.
Aye, does he?
Rory put one elbow on top of Peter's head and looped his other arm around the headrest, trapping his hair painfully.
Rory, can you not rest on my head like that, please?
Harry Potter! Harry Potter's railway! Rory insisted.
Take your arms off the man's seat, Rory.
Rory dragged his arms off, pulling several strands of hair out by the roots as he was doing so. Peter then felt his face grasped tightly in small, sticky hands and turned to the window. He now saw the train was following the long, curving turn of the viaduct, revealing the engine ahead, followed by its line of carriages. The train slowed. Harry Potter's railway. The sight of the stone viaduct, the massive structure with the train perched above the huge drop to the valley floor, made Peter gasp. It was magnificent, awe-inspiring, frightening. The train finally came to a stop.
Incredible. Thanks. Thanks, Rory. I'm glad you made sure I didn't miss it.
No bother, Janice laughed.
No chance of that with Rory.
Rory ran round to jump on his brother.
Harry Potter Bridge! Now! Spells!
He yelled at his sibling, and Callum jerked awake. Janice held him up so that he could see through the window. He gasped, slid along the seat, and leapt down. The two of them then ran along the carriage with their arms outstretched as if holding magic wands, this time casting spells on everyone they passed.
Turn to poo! Turn to dog's bum! Turn to dog's bum pooing!
That stopped them both as they laughed, holding their sides. Rory doing impressions of a dog squeezing out a particularly large poo. On reaching the pretty young woman from earlier, Callum, the budding Lothario, said,
Turn to princess!
The woman smiled and bowed graciously to him. Rory followed with,
Turn to Hermione!
He meant Hermione, but the young woman clearly understood as he too received a blown kiss. She smiled again. Rory giggled and ran on.
Turn to frog spawn! Turn to sick!
Well, really, that damn woman has no control of them. No control at all. Outrageous noise.
Janice had turned in her seat to watch them both running up the carriage.
We take the steam train back as a wee treat for them. More like the film. They kind of manage the Latin names for the spells, so they just make them up.
It's not Latin. It's just nonsense the film made up to make it sound like Latin.
Well, okay. You'd know better than me. You know, the trouble with always being right is that you rarely find joy in things. Just enjoying something for itself. Does anything give you joy?
Peter was defeated by the question, his mind spinning. He never thought about joy. What did give him joy? What did that mean, anyway? Before anything came to him, wee Davy's feet drummed a tattoo on his leg as if he were running into wakefulness. He sat up swiftly in a single movement, balancing precariously on his bottom, looking around, blinking. He again fixed on Peter and raised his arms to be picked up. Peter again turned away.
Shame. He likes you, which means you're honoured. He wants to say sorry for ruining your map.
It's not a joke. It might not mean anything to you, but it was important to me. Despite what you think about me sacrificing it.
I wasn't joking. You are honoured. Wee Davy never wants to go to anyone other than us.
Aye, does he?
Well, I don't feel it, but thanks.
Davy's not mine either, you know.
What?
Davy's not mine.
Oh, okay.
Another mental readjustment.
If you don't like him because you thought he belonged to me, he doesn't. But he and Sandra live with me now.
Janice's open, honest statement again disconcerted Peter. Sandra was silent, looking at the floor. She looked suddenly sad.
Aye, we've had a bit of a difficult time, haven't we, Sandra?
Aye, we have.
But we'll be okay. We're strong, independent women, aren't we?
Aye, are we?
Sandra smiled, and Janice leant across the table and squeezed her hand. Then the door at the end of the carriage crashed open, Callum and Rory screaming back in.
Smemmy and
They still
Poonum!
threw spells left and right, except now, with the one lovely exception, everyone was a smelly poo, or smellium pooium, to give it Rory's newly formulated Latin name, which Callum pronounced
Smemium Poonum!
Peter was oddly, uniquely pleased
Smemmy and
that this
Poonum!
time neither of the boys cast the spell on him,
Smemmy and Poonum!
treating him as their family. He felt a sudden warmth towards them both.
Poonum!
Instead, Rory and Callum collapsed on the seat table opposite and laughed through their panting. The train began again to move with a jolt.
We did the whole train! And the conductor, Mum!
Aye, well done, son.
And Callum ducked really fast, so his fist missed him, and he hit the wall instead.
That's good then, son.
He did say a rude word, though. We said we'd tell him to, so we have.
Aye. All right, son.
They lay back down, regaining their breath. The train dropped back onto the main tracks, and there was again a slight nudge to the left as it left the viaduct. Wee Davy observed his cousins and gave a small laugh before looking back to Peter and then out of the window at passing trees and houses. He seemed mesmerised, watching intently as a single feature shooting by would capture his attention, his eyes following it. He stood shakily on the seat, using Peter's shoulder for support, and bounced up and down. Janice smiled at him and leant over the table to straighten his romper suit.
My sister. She cannot cope with wee Davy.
Oh,
This was more unexpectedly personal information for Peter. People don't speak like this, he thought. Family things are just that. Family. Not for sharing with outsiders, as his father had taught him. He hoped she would stop.
No. She's not good with him. Gets angry at him.
oh.
Well, he's a wee handful,
Aye, is he?
but he's more unpredictable than difficult. And he gets fixated on things. He has a routine, and if you don't follow it, well, he can scream all night long and into the next day.
Aye, can he?
You never know why or what triggered it, and he can't be stopped until he decides to. Only Sandra can calm him down.
Janice was clearly going to tell the story, regardless of Peter shifting uncomfortably and trying not to engage. There was a prolonged silence. What should he do? What should he say? Why was this so difficult?
Well, I can see that would be hard to put up with.
Aye. Nicola was going to put him into care, or up for adoption. She lost her temper with him once. Hurt him. So she wanted him to be taken off her.
Oh, I see. Difficult.
Too personal. His inadequacy, his inability to say the right thing when faced with this, something he didn't fully understand, embarrassed him. His habit of falling back on platitudes wasn't working. "How are you?" "Fine, thanks," was okay for strangers. But this was deeply uncomfortable, and words he could think of insufficient. Peter began to feel resentful of Janice, that she should be sharing things that were so personal and expecting him to be able to understand, to say the right things. Stop. He willed her to stop.
Aye. I went round there as often as I could, but he didn't seem to be growing out of it.
She didn't change.
What, Sandra?
She wouldn't change. Odd things upset him. She said he just had to get used to them, but that's not Davy. Is it, wee man?
Davy smiled and gurgled his agreement.
Aye. Both stubborn, eh?
Sandra nodded. The word stubborn finally triggered Peter.
When you said you couldn't move because he'd scream forever, I thought you just said that to annoy me.
Aye. Well, a bit maybe. Sorry. He wouldn't scream, but he would keep looking for you. He likes order. If he gets used to someone being there, it's a real problem when they aren't anymore. After a while, he'd probably start. The old fart down there would have a fit.
The Colonel?
You know him?
No, it's just... Well, I give people names when I see them. He looks and acts like an old colonel. Like from an Agatha Christie or something.
Glad I don't know the names you give us, then.
Peter looked down and blushed. Davy looked seriously at Sandra and Janice, as if assessing their opinions of him and his tantrums, and then, finding it justified, started nodding. Then a most unusual thing happened. Peter smiled at him.
Anyway, I wasn't going to let the wee man go into care. It seemed too sad to be dumped when you've only just started out in life. You get enough of that when he's older. So he's with me now.
Sandra looked at Davy, then stroked his face. There was a long pause, heavy with impending revelation. At length, Janice spoke quietly.
She wasn't there.
Who?
Nicola, my sister, their mother. She wasn't there when we got to Fort William.
Oh.
I even spoke to her last night. Said I'd be seeing her today. Hi, she says. I'll get some food in, she says. Sandra and Davy were supposed to spend the week. That's why there's so many bags. 2 hours we sat. Then I had to get the train back. I couldn't leave Sandra there with the baby, not knowing when or if Nicola would show up. So we all had to leave. I got a call from her eventually. She'd gone to see a friend and forgot we were coming.
Janice shook her head and looked out of the window at passing fields and cattle. Peter thought he saw a tear form, which Janice quickly swiped away.
So that's £65 down the drain. Still, we had a day out, didn't we, Sandra?
Aye, we did.
Sandra looked down at her shoes again and said nothing more. Next to them, the boys erupted into battle without warning. Rory had punched Callum, who started to cry loudly. He, in turn, hit out blindly at Rory and caught him in the eye. Rory then screamed and started slapping and kicking Callum. Sandra was across the aisle in a split second and separated them.
Rory, Callum, that ends now.
Both the boys stopped fighting, and Sandra sat them each side of her. She tilted Rory's head back and checked his eye. She looked at Janice.
He's fine. Callum, stop struggling or I'll cuff you harder.
Get off me, stinky poo cow!
The Colonel, at the end of the carriage, slammed his paper down onto the table.
And again! Those children are insufferable. They ruined this journey. Where's the parenting? That's what I want to know. I mean, where the damn parenting is. No control at all. No father, of course. And I bet she's too busy playing with her damn phone.
You should tell them.
I have told them.
No, you've told me. Go down there and let them know how disruptive their behaviour has been.
I've a good mind to.
Well, go on then. They clearly haven't listened this far. Perhaps if you actually confront them, they might quieten down.
I'll decide what needs doing, thank you, Esme.
Well, it seems so silly to be telling me when it's them you should be telling.
I haven't been telling you. I've told them, but they don't listen. Feral creatures.
Well, I suppose you know best.
The two lapsed into silence. You have been listening to The Map on the Train, written by Max Jones, featuring Kevo Snell as Peter, Margaret Forster as Janice, Emily Toward as Sandra, Tony Weaver as Callum and Rory, Phil Jones as the Colonel, Mand Austin as Esme, Sheila Jennings as the young woman, and Max Jones as the narrator. The original music was composed and performed by Gribbles. Recording was done by Sam Daniel, and the recording was edited by Gordon Stewart. This has been a Workhouse Players podcast production.